What's the crack, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Cards everywhere here. Today I'm bringing you another weekly league deck profile. I've been wanting to try out the new card, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. So we're going to give it a go in this Statue of Liberty deck that I made there a little while ago. And we'll see how it does. So first up is The Boy Who Cried Wolf. On the play, if you have played The Boy Who Cried Wolf this game, this card gains 50 power permanently, and your opponent loses 100 power this turn. I think this card has quite a bit of potential. I know there is a few cards coming out later today that boost the set that this is in, once upon a time. So I might try and build a deck around that set. Next up we have the Ultra Fusion, the Renaissance. On the draw, your arts and culture cards, wherever they are, gain 10 power until played. And also on the draw, if your deck has 6 or fewer arts and culture cards, your arts and culture cards, wherever they are, gain 18 power until played. Next up, we have Charles Dickens. On the draw, if it's after round 3, your cards in hand gain 35 power permanently. Next up, we have the limited legendary Hell. On the play, if you have lost 2 rounds this game, your cards in hand gain 55 power this turn. I'm not sure about this card. I might exchange it for something else. We'll just have to give it a go. Next up we have the Mythic Archangel. On the play, 2 random cards in your hand gain 25 power until played. And also on the play, a random card in your hand gains 30 power permanently. And the last of the Arch and Culture is Handfasting. On the play, if played in the left slot, this card and the card adjacent to this gain 34 power for 6 turns. Next up we have Statue of Liberty. On the play, if your deck has exactly 6 science cards, your science cards, wherever they are, gain 21 power until played, and then repeat for each album. Next we have Jet Car. On the play, your cards adjacent to this gain 80 power this turn, and then on the return lose 40 power for 3 turns. Next up, the Door to Hell. On the draw, your cards in hand burn 50 until played, and gain 50 power this turn. Next we have a growing favourite card of mine, Grim Reaper Paradox. On the draw, if it's round 1 or 2, your opponent's cards in hand lose 32 power this turn. If it's round 3 or 4, your opponent's cards in hand lose 16 power this turn. And if it's after round 4, your cards in hand lose 16 power permanently. Next up, Hydra. On the return, if you lost a turn, your remaining cards in hand gain 30 power until played. And the last of the science cards is Siege Tower. On the draw, your cards in hand gain 32 power and cost +2 energy until played. Next up we have some history cards. First is Identity Theft. On the play, for every legendary card in your opponent's deck, up to a maximum of 10, your cards in hand gain 4 power until played. Next, I've gone with the Shakespeare's combo. First is Shakespeare's First Folio. On the play, 2 each of your random Weird World, Documented and Battle cards, wherever they are, gain 25 power permanently. Next we have Rano Colony. On the return, if you lost a turn, your opponent's cards, wherever they are, lose 10 power until played, and if you won the turn, your cards, wherever they are, gain 10 power until played. Next is Night Attack at Targovsky. On the draw, if it's after round 1, your cards, wherever they are, gain 23 power this round. Second to last, we have Siege of Baghdad. On the draw, your opponent's legendary cards, wherever they are, lose 25 power for 3 turns. And last up we have Magna Carta. On the draw, your epic and rare cards, wherever they are, cost -2 energy until played. And on the play, your Declaration of Independence and Universal Declaration of Human Rights cards gain 20 power this turn. So guys, that's the deck. I am not sure if it's the most optimal deck for this week, but I just want to try out The Boy Who Cried Wolf. So we'll give it a go and see if we can get a win. I'm not fully confident we will, but hopefully we do. And if anyone has some suggestions for a good deck to use The Boy Who Cried Wolf, don't forget to leave it down in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content. So, first up we have Magna Carta, Siege, and Siege Tower. So, I don't know if we'll be winning this round. The cards are a bit weak to start out with. They do get more powerful later on in the game. But for now, we'll just have to make do with this. And it looks like the opponent has quit for some reason. But that's a free win, so I'll take it. So we'll jump right back into another game. And see how we can do. So how has everyone been doing this week? I've been having quite a bit of fun this week. I do prefer the low to mid energy weeks, as you can have a lot more fun in building decks and be a lot more versatile. I do still plan to bring out my prominent painters deck probably tomorrow. It's more of a beginner level deck. I wouldn't consider it very powerful, but it is more accessible to the newer players, as most of the decks I do tend to showcase lately have been full of mythics and limited legendaries, which does take quite a bit of time to build up a collection of. Looks like we have found an opponent. It may be a bot, but that might be a good opportunity to see how flexible the deck can be and give us a little bit of wiggle room. So we have Archangel, nice attack, and we'll play the Charles Dickens. I think I'll play the Charles Dickens in the first slot to get it around faster. We're going to draw it again before round 3 anyway. So it looks like the opponent is playing a mono science deck. I do find Mecha to be a little underwhelming for being a mythic card, but if the opponent likes it, we won't complain. So I think we'll play Handfasting, Door to Hell, and Rhino Colony. Handfasting is quite a good card for being a limited epic. Of course, it doesn't compare to Door to Hell, but it still can put in some work. There's our Grim Reaper, so we'll get that back around. The opponent has drawn the Door to Hell, so we won't be winning this round. So I will save my Identity Theft for the next round. He has chosen to play Jack Cara to assure himself the victory. I am starting to think this is a real player, so we'll give it a hello and see if they reply. I have noticed that the chat is back working. It wasn't working there for quite a while. So what have we got here? We have Statue of Liberty. We play the Siege Tower, and I think we'll play the Identity Theft for a strong turn. The opponent does have the Thunderstorms to give himself a little bit of energy, as the Mecha card does increase the cost of all science cards by 1 energy permanently. I think they should change that effect to until played. So I think we'll hold Hell in hand, and we'll play Shakespeare, the Renaissance, and Hydra. Hopefully the opponent does win. He does win this turn, so we do get the effect of Hydra. That will give our cards 30 power. I don't think we will lose this round, but we'll wait and see. There's our Boy Who Cried Wolf. I would have preferred to draw it a bit earlier. So I think I play the Dickens in the last slot. And we have won this round. And there's the mecha again. I don't think I would have played that if I was the opponent. I would have saved it for the next turn, as the energy is going to get out of hand. And he's going to find it quite difficult to play cards later in the game. There's our Door to Hell again. So we play the Handfasting, the Hell, and the Night Attack for a 584. Plus the boost for 652 altogether. I do quite like the Cloaking Device card. It is a bit random on what it'll hit, but it still can be very good. There's our Grim Reaper again, trying to assure us the victory. So I think I will play Door to Hell in the first slot, and the Rano Colony to give our cards a little bit of a boost. I can see the opponent is struggling on energy now, so his cards will be burning thanks to Door to Hell. So it will make it quite difficult to play his cards next turn. I think I am safe enough playing a slightly weaker hand. We'll get the Siege Tower out of hand for a 389. And we have a little bit of energy to spare, and our Jet Car has been sitting in our hand. I do find it a difficult card to play Jet Car. If you need to assure a victory in a round, it can be very good, but sometimes you do end up holding it for far too long. So I think we'll go all out this turn. Oh, then it is definitely a bot. Nobody would play Jet Car on its own. So I didn't really need to be worried. I will have to do some more testing of this deck to see how it fares against a proper player deck. But for now, I'm happy so far. There's our Boy Who Cried Wolf again. I think we can't play Jet Car, so we'll play Archangel and the Renaissance for a 421. Plenty enough to beat the opponent. So we are 700 ahead. There is no way the opponent is coming back from that. So I think I will play the Jet Car just for the massive power. So that's the guaranteed victory for us. 828. Quite happy with that. So guys, that is the deck. Again, let me know what you think down in the comments. And I will come at you again tomorrow with another deck profile. Cards Everywhere, out.